Hello, UTU Trust Guardians, and welcome to the March 2022 issue of the UTU Update. I'm Jason, your CEO, and I'm here with Bastian, our CTO. What's up, Bastian? And some special guests, Sharon and Leah, our engineering and AI leads. What's up, ladies? Today is a special edition. We're going to talk about the UTU TestNet Release and some of the feedback we've gotten, what it took to get here, and where we're heading. But before we jump in, I want to introduce you to two of our core team members, Leah Jaguna and Sharon Duby. Welcome, ladies. Do you want to introduce yourselves? Sharon.
Sure. So my name is Sharon Duby. I'm a results-oriented and pragmatic senior software engineer at UTU. I am comfortable switching between any architect, design and implementation, and passionate about DevOps.
Very welcome. And Leah?
My name is Leanne Juguna. Mostly my work entails AI and ML modeling on the Web3, on Web3. And I will say that I am more passionate on learning new technologies. Thank you.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us today to talk a little bit more about specifics of some of the work you're leading. But let's jump straight into product updates. Bastian, take it away. You can fill us in on what's going on with TestNet.
Yeah, sure. Pleasure. So we finally released it after a couple of postponements. So yeah, we are happy about that. And we are thrilled that there's quite a lot of uptake actually. So we had more than 2,350 people so far who connected their Twitter or Telegram on the new UTU app that's part of the testnet. And we had of those more than 1,350 who actually have some social contacts like on Twitter followers or Telegram contacts connected. So that means both the user and their connected contacts connected to UTU. So that's pretty amazing, I think. And actually we can have a quick look of how that looks like in our graph database. Okay, so yeah, that's just a snapshot right now of that social graph. And yeah, we are really thrilled about this uptake. So can only get better. We are right now sampling some of these data points to make sure that there's not too many bots, and indeed it looks like yeah, the vast majority is not bots. But of course, yeah, with high numbers you always need to be a bit careful, so we are still looking into that a bit more. We are also aware of the challenges that users experience with usability and the apps, etc. We are really welcoming the feedback. I mean, that's why we run TestNet after all, to find all these things and improve them. And yeah, again, we are really thrilled about the engagement also in our Telegram group and Discord. And when it comes to engagement, there's also a new UTU discourse coming up soon. In the process of setting that up right now, because we want to further improve our community involvement, not only with the direct testnet feedback, but also generally roadmap development. We had mentioned that before, calling that Open Roadmap Initiative. But back to the testnet, so we are still busy fixing a number of things. We have already fixed a number of bugs, but still working on the remaining ones, and also making some of the usability improvements that have been requested by users. And of course we're looking at all that feedback and trying to make the best of it. Then we also encountered some issues on the back end with our clustering deployments. Yeah, we are using Kubernetes, which can be a bit complex sometimes, and I will let Sharon, who just mentioned that she's passionate about DevOps, talk a bit more about that. Sharon?
Yeah, thank you, Bastian. So because of the uptick, we were experiencing some scaling issues and high latency on some of our backend services, particularly on our Neo4j graph database, which we use mainly to track on-chain interactions and social connections. So for how we handled and improved this setup was by moving the Neo4j database to a different cluster, which ensured high availability. So I'm sure by now that is working and it's now much better.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, that's it's a huge body of work that you guys have done here, and just want to express my appreciation, congratulations for getting the testnet out. And of course, I also want to have to give a lot of thanks to our friends at Ape Unit and HackBG that also did quite a lot of work on this. So I want to move now over to some of the work that Leah has been leading on Ocean Protocol, building the recommender system for Ocean Market. Leah, do you want to tell us a little bit about that work? Leah, you're on mute.
Sorry about that, Jason. So I will say that at UTU, we have an AI team whereby we are trying or venturing into different ways of applying AI on Web3 infrastructures. So one of them is a good example of a project that we are leading on, the Ocean Marketplace. And Ocean, for beginners, Ocean is a data marketplace with blockchain superpowers. And for this, we are trying to build a hybrid collaborative recommender system where we look at, we combine the UTU interactive data and the wallet addresses and different transactional data sets. This far, we have been able to look at the relationships, the different relationships amongst the transactional data. And our objective for this project is to be able to recommend data assets on the Ocean Marketplace. Back to you, Jason.
Thanks. Bastian, any comments?
Yeah, sure. I always like to comment about Ocean because I like Ocean so much. But yeah, we have, of course, already delivered our first milestone about the basic usage-based signals some months ago. And then we remodeled the project a bit to include a new milestone to extend who can be associated with the user's network. And this is basically where this hybrid collaborative filtering that Leah just talked about, it comes in. So it's about looking ways to get more information about people's connections in different ways. And so yeah, the testnet with the Twitter and Telegram is one of those avenues, but this collaborative filtering hybrid mixed then with social connections is sort of an extension of that. So we hope to be able to serve more and more relevant information this way to Ocean Market users soon.
Yeah, very much. Super cool work that we're doing with Ocean, and it's really cool how foundational this work is going to end up being for kind of the UTU product across all of Web3. And I have to say, we're really humbled by the support we've seen from Ocean as an organization and from Trent, their co-founder, as we build with them. As some of our community members noted, Trent just packed a nice bag of UTU coins recently. Seems like a smart guy who's switched on and knows what's happening. But, you know, I also wanted to come back, you know, I didn't mention anything or add any comments, but the uptake on testnet is pretty remarkable. When you think about it, it's really not an easy thing to do yet. There's quite a number of steps that you have to take. You have to have different tokens on different testnets. You have to switch networks. You have to do some multiple things. And as Bastian said, there's some glitches here or there, which I guess happens when you're trying to build entirely new foundational systems for the internet. But seeing these kind of numbers of uptake, you know, they put us in like the top 10 dApps on Polygon for the day that we launched, which is pretty interesting. So super cool, all the work we're doing, both TestNet and Ocean as a building block to a lot of other things. But let's move over to partnerships. And the big one from March definitely is Chainlink. So we're using Chainlink to store endorsements for UTU protocol. We formally announced that collaboration in March. So can you talk more, maybe Bastian, about what exactly we're doing with Chainlink, how our product integrates and the work we've done, all of that?
Yeah, sure. So the basic premise is that UTU Trust Token contract integrates Chainlink Oracle to track endorsement views. So meaning that which endorser saw which other users' endorsements previously, and that determines the UTU Trust Token rewards in our protocol. So remember that in UTU protocol, users can stake UTT to endorse entities like services providers or products on apps in the UTU ecosystem. Like, for example, DeFi protocols in our DeFi portal demo app. And say you're a fan of Compound, so you might go there and then you are able to stake some amount of UTT on it. That basically communicate your trust in Compound as a platform. And those endorsements are used by our Trust API to deliver personalized recommendations. Okay, it basically shows, okay, these ones of your contacts endorsed Compound if you are another visitor, and particularly if you are connected on Twitter, Telegram, or if you have previously transacted with other users or their addresses that they connected to UTU. So that's the way we identify those connected users. And when you endorse Compound and then this is shown to others and then they also endorse Compound, that's when we consider this endorsement, the original endorsement, successful, and you receive UTT as a reward. So in effect, this rewards useful contributions or feedback to the ecosystem. And because the UTT contract can by itself not know actually who looked at whose endorsements before, we track that in our Trust API backend and then need the Chainlink Oracle to get that information to the UTT contract. So that mechanism is described in our white paper, have a look at it, but we needed to actually update the formula a bit in the process of testnet to make it a bit simpler and more efficient in Solidity. Going to release an update to the white paper with those changes soon. In the meantime, you can also check out the source code, if you like, of the UTT contract on GitHub, on the UTU protocol GitHub, and also some other repositories that are part of TestNet that we open sourced.
Yeah, thanks, Bastian. I'll include the link to all of that in the post. It's super cool what we've done with Chainlink, and it's exciting. I think the way we're using Chainlink was pretty novel. They expressed a lot of interest in our application, and they've been super supportive as we've worked with them. So I want to move over to another partner that we announced, Qubism. So I'll take this one myself. We partnered with Qubism. They're a cross-chain NFT marketplace where users can build their own 3D virtual reality art galleries. So they're implementing a super cool feature actually where users can show their NFT collections in a 3D VR museum and directly sell their NFTs globally. So users will be able to customize even their own galleries without coding. So this is something that I think I'm kind of excited about. I think it's super cool. But integrating the UTU Trust API into the Qubism marketplace means that users will get personalized recommendations and ratings from similar related collectors and buyers and sellers, and also the ability to add badges and video stories to reviews of different NFTs or artists. And so this is pretty exciting. And also the Trust API is going to allow Qubism to connect to different social platforms so that users can see what people in their circles think about collectibles, artworks, sellers, buyers on the platform. And of course, all of this is user permissioned. And since we're talking about NFTs, let's talk quickly about the UTU NFT contest. We announced the winners. I'm just going to bring them up here on screen because this was fun. Let's see, can you guys see my screen here? Yeah, so the first place winner was DA with this little animation of, so let's call it the UTU Trust Factory. I thought this one was pretty fun and kind of animation. You guys are on mute, you can all unmute. I also especially want to hear the reaction to number 2. Hold on, here we go. Yeah, number 2 from Proper Pilot 66. Like, this is me riding a rocket.
Is that Jason?
I guess. You know, it's funny. My own dad burnt me on Twitter. He commented that the abs are a bit of a stretch. When you're getting burnt by your 70-plus-year-old father on Twitter, what has happened? But yeah, this one is kind of fun. Not sure what you guys think. What am I?
Well, I was wondering what the connection to trust is. Maybe your trust in yourself is so big that you can even go to space without clothes, or let alone a spacesuit.
You know, Bastian, you're always telling me what's impossible, and I'm always telling you everything is possible.
Okay, how about we run an experiment?
You know what? Interesting. Moving on to the third place from Crypto Hunter ID is this adorable little penguin. Penguin. He's so cute. I think we couldn't resist having him as a winner. So, any thoughts on the?
Yeah, I mean, penguins. Tux is always good. As an old Linux fan, I guess most techies would agree.
And then there were some honorable mentions here. This animation, the globe, making the UTU connections all over the planet. And this one of, I guess, human and machines coming together with UTU at the center. And then this is the spacesuit that I apparently left behind when I got on the rocket. So yeah, I gotta say the NFT contest was fun. We had quite a lot of submissions, and yeah, it was cool. I have to, you know, interestingly, on a more serious note, like I realized something from the NFT contest. I guess I realized that when you give people the opportunity to contribute in a medium or a form that they excel, they eagerly do so. And it was super fulfilling to see that. And it's actually inspired a lot of ideas for me about how we can build on that and create more avenues for engagement for more people with different varying skills and expertises that are valuable to our community, to our mission. And Bastian already mentioned earlier, the discourse is coming. That's definitely coming up very soon, and another avenue for people to contribute is going to be more in that line, as well as bounties very soon. And so, yeah, getting more people involved in more ways is going to be a theme of the next few months for sure. And yeah, I guess that's kind of all we have for today. Maybe Leah, Sharon, Bastian, any parting words for us?
Just very happy about TestNet. Yeah, there's not really much more to say right now, I think.
I'm excited and happy on where we are going, where we are and where we are going. So I can't wait to see where it's leading us to.
Mm-hmm.
So from my side, I think I'm excited also for the future. I am really waiting to see where Web3 will be in some years to come. Yes.
Cool. Well, Trust Guardians, that's all we have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this special edition of the UTU update. Stay tuned for more information about our products, new partnerships, and more. And I never get to say this part. Mike used to always say this part, and I was always jealous, but Please smash the like button, subscribe and notifications buttons, and make sure you don't miss any future videos. I never got to say that. Thanks so much. Have a good one and see you guys soon.
Bye. Thank you.